I have 11 letters in my last name, and I do not sound like your favorite customer service representative from India. Where do you think I'm from? I am from Denver, but that doesn't complete my story or say all that I am. My spiritual teacher, Satya Sai Baba, says, "Life is a game, play it." These are words I live by, I draw inspiration from on a daily basis. I bet if I sat down with each of your great-grandmothers and heard their life stories, I would know the purpose you are charged to maintain. We all have characteristics, good, bad, and ugly, that have been handed off to us through each generation. But how we receive them and what we do with them is where I'd like to take you today. My family was me and my sister, my mom, my dad who became disabled when I was 3, my grandparents, and any relative who felt like visiting at any time. For about 15 years, our life revolved around different types of caregiving. For my grandfather, it was hospital runs for diabetes, kidney failure, heart disease. For my grandmother, it was glaucoma. And my dad started out being my stay-at-home parent, but then over the years became more and more disabled and finally demented. People would wonder why my mom hadn't had a nervous breakdown, or why neither my sister or I had major discipline issues, or why we weren't all sad and depressed all the time. Our house was exactly the opposite. We were always laughing, not necessarily at each other, but just at circumstances in life. Our house was Grand Central Station, welcoming anyone who wanted to be a part of the craziness. Of course, we'd shower you with love, give you good food, but then put you to work immediately. Our house was never organized, but always welcoming and full of life. Now, don't get me wrong, we definitely had our moments of why me, but they were finite moments of frustration, lost between infinite moments of love, of life, and of course, laughter. Now, what made my family go above this immediate craziness and actually enjoy this journey is what I like to call our noble purpose. We all have choices to make as we journey through life. Some might choose to make their mark in the corporate world. Others might choose to get a PhD and serve in an underprivileged school. But what gets me going to do the best that I can at whatever I am? If life were a game, how would you play it? I believe the answer has been handed off to us, much like a baton in a relay race. My grandmother, she would say, "God has taken away my eyesight so that I wouldn't be saddened by my son's suffering." My dad was essentially living life in reverse right in front of her. However, this never prevented her from showering love on anyone she came across via our kitchen. One family friend comes to mind. He was a corporate executive who worked too much and never truly slowed down, but made it a point to come home for lunch every January for a special South Indian treat of kali and korma. Now let me tell you, this wasn't any old treat. It was a rare delicacy made out of molasses, coconut, rice with a spicy gravy on top. Now, this simple gift from my grandmother reminded him of special childhood memories in India with his own mother that he had lost at a young age. Now, the moment my grandma discovered that this was a special memory, she made it a point to invite him home for lunch just for him. My grandmother's noble purpose? Living in love. My mom. I have no idea how I would have managed living in her shoes. My dad wasn't diagnosed once, but twice with a brain tumor, while she was the only one in our house with an income. My family was definitely getting stressed out. Me and my sister losing it emotionally, but my mom, she didn't waver. She didn't fall apart. She tapped into every single resource she had to make sure we had everything we needed, whether it was coordinating family meals with family and friends, taking care of me and my sister, and essentially being a present mother, wife, daughter, sister, employee, just by focusing on the present. Of course, she had her moments of tears and frustration and anger, like we all would. But she channeled all of that energy just to focus on the present and live each day one day at a time. My mom's noble purpose? Living with grace. Now there's me. I'm an engineer. Everything is pretty black and white for me. I rarely allow my heart to get in the way of any decision making. Logic to the core. Now, I could never identify with my grandmother's passion for cooking and the happiness she would receive by making a meal for someone. My mom, she always was and still is living life the right way, not necessarily the easiest way. But what about me? I'm still trying to figure it out. But as I look at the stories of my family, I see this common thread, this incredible gift of duty. My grandmother, she called duty love. My mom, she calls duty grace. I too have this sense of duty, and I call it living with intention. Now, what might this look like for me? I might explore all of Nebraska in my first year of living here. I share my culture and heritage with my family and friends. I teach spiritual education to my children so that they have a relationship with God. I seek out service opportunities for my entire family so that we not only help others, but we have the opportunity to transform our character into loving beings. It is very important for me, for my children to have a strong relationship with both sides of my family. I am creative with stretching the buck. I will take care of my planet. I take the job of doing my duty very seriously and recognize that sometimes I'm making my life much harder than it needs to be. But if life was easy all the time, we'd never do our duty. We would never find our noble purpose. Unless our life is filled with purpose, I firmly believe that there is no growth, there is no noble purpose, and frankly, no fun. As I notice my children today, I can see this noble purpose already blossoming within them. I noticed it when they became 2. I can't wait to see it take shape throughout their lives. We may not call it anything today, but I know that if I provide the environment that they need, they will develop it. It's already within them. It's in their blood. It runs through each generation of our family. I was at the park recently with my 2-year-old, and we were swinging on the swings, and a little neighbor next to us started melting down. I quickly helped out our new friend, and my daughter turns to me and says, "Mom, when someone is sad, we need to help them." Now, how is it someone at her age can truly recognize someone else's needs or feelings and apply it to her own set of values and purpose? How do we nurture and cultivate this? I talk with my children on a very conscious level about how we can make decisions to impact other people's lives. Whether we ask questions such as, did we help someone today? How can we adjust our schedule to accommodate somebody else's needs? Can I listen a little bit better today? By making a conscious effort of talking with them of how they can change somebody else's life, rather than saying, I don't have time. The bottom line is I'm afraid I'm going to go through life without this heightened awareness of not touching enough lives, without making the most of what I've been given and truly be grateful, without laughing over something that didn't go the way I had planned because I didn't try. By shirking away from our sense of duty, I feel we are living life untapped. What do I do that stretches our shared world? It needs to kick in every morning and get applied to all the roles that I take pride in living. For me today, that means being a present and active mother, wife, daughter, sister, employee, TEDx speaker. Our noble purpose can't kick in on a holiday. It needs to be, if that happened, we would be starting from scratch every day because we would have nothing to build on. Our sense of duty cannot touch our heart only when it's convenient. It needs to have the chance to be tapped into on a daily basis so that it can grow and blossom throughout our lives. My Inspiration by Sathya Sai Baba. Life is a song, sing it. Life is a game, play it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is sacrifice. Offer it. Life is love. Enjoy it. Thank you.